Six Flags New England, located in Massachusetts, removed their Vekoma inverted boomerang coaster Goliath before the start of 2022, where it last operated back in 2019. That space has remained vacant ever since, however it now looks like a new attraction is on its way. Following on from ParkFans Network's discovery of the site plan for a brand new 2025 roller coaster, multiple images were revealed alongside a no-limits recreation of the site plan by ML Designs to demonstrate a mock-up of the layout, and today we'll be debriefing everything we've found in these plans and go through the expected potential coaster layout for this new ride. So some huge breaking news coming out of Six Flags New England overnight in America, which we've received here in the United Kingdom. And here on Chall Chats, we're going to debrief all the information and extract all the details we found out from these site plans. Before we get started with this news update, make sure you do like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you never miss another YouTube video. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers and 500,000 views, so let's get there as soon as possible here on YouTube. Also, make sure you check out the links below to all the social media platforms. And if you want to listen back to the shows, you can go and check out the Acast website, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And stay tuned for more content, as we have an announcement from King's Dominion, an announcement from Canada's Wonderland the following week. We also have news updates on other new projects happening for future seasons in other parks. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, thrill seekers of all ages, let's go through everything around Six Flags New England 2025. So let's start with the history of the location of this new attraction. So let's have a look at the history of this attraction site. From 1997 until 2011, Shipwreck Falls was a shoot-the-chute ride attraction at Six Flags New England. The ride was technically known as a spill water ride manufactured by Intamin, and it was your typical classic lift hill rise before a turnaround into a main single drop into a pool filled with gallons of water below. If you're looking for a currently operating version of this type of attraction, look no further here in the UK than Tidal Wave at Thorpe Park Resort as an example of this type of spill water shoot-the-chute ride. After the removal of Shipwreck Falls, the park brought a brand new roller coaster to the park for 2012 in the form of their Vekoma inverted boomerang Goliath. But this ride took on a different life before debuting in Massachusetts. It had originally operated for a decade between 2001 and 2011 at Six Flags Magic Mountain and was known as Deja. This ride had a height of 177 feet, a length of 1,204 feet, and a maximum speed of 61.5 miles per hour. The site of Deja has now been fully replaced with the underground section of the park, including West Coast races. After the park remained closed for the 2020 season due to COVID-19, the ride was not shown itself as Goliath on the 2021 park map at Six Flags New England when operations had returned, and the roller coaster was left standing but not operating, all for the non-technical term SBNO. The ride was officially removed before the beginning of 2022, and since then the area has remained empty of any ride activity. However, to start this project off, we had one thing in recent months that happened following the closure and removal of the ride, with surveyors and officials spotted on site according to Reddit back in April this year, and it seemed looking back that they were the first pieces of movement on site for this new development. And as it turns out, we now know from this latest news the new project is indeed on its way. So before we can talk about the new attraction and debrief everything we know from the site plan through ParkFans Network, we have to talk about Goliath and my thoughts on that classic inverted boomerang coaster. I never got the chance to experience Goliath. I've not yet had the chance to experience one of these inverted boomerang roller coasters. Goliath has a rich history both as Deja Vu and then as Goliath. Now, was it the most thrilling ride from the reviews? Well, I don't think it was. It was a thrilling ride for some, but not for everyone. And it was clear that times had moved forward. They were moving with the times, and it seemed like Goliath was not in the interest of the right direction to go. So Goliath is gone. We've not seen it open up anywhere since. I believe it's at the scrapyard, but I can't confirm or deny that. Anyone know the future movements of the Goliath itself? Comment down below. We've not heard anything from this at all in terms of popping up anywhere, new operations. I thought for a second there was rumours years ago that it was planned to reopen in Brazil, I think, or there was an inverted boomerang rumoured to have opened or tried to open in Brazil, but it never happened yet. So there's something to go off there. But for me, Goliath was one of those kind of satisfactory thrill level roller coasters. It wasn't the most thrilling, but it was still a thrilling ride. And of course, it's got a rich history. We can't forget the history of this ride. Deja vu. It was removed from Magic Mountain. Now, of course, in that plot of land or around that area, you've got West Coast Racers, the Mobius Loop Premier Rides dual launch roller coaster, and you got the whole underground section. You've got Apocalypse, which is, of course, the wooden coaster. You've got all the other sort of stalls and activities to do with the underground kind of theme, the under area kind of theme. And Magic Mountain have moved on from that. Now Six Flags New England are moving on from Goliath / Deja Vu. And now let's go through all the details surrounding the replacement attraction scheduled according to the site plan for 2025. So let's debrief this bit by bit. All the images are from ParkFans Network according to the site plan, and also we have a mock-up later on from ML Designs which we'll go through as well. So firstly, in terms of location, let's be perfectly clear of where this new coaster is going to sit. This will stretch across the Crackaxle Commons site, formerly home to Goliath, and within minutes of looking through this site plan, there was almost an instant certainty that we're looking here at an Intamin family launch or straddle launch coaster debuting at the park. The ride's footer design and depiction, the foundation spacing, the track segments depicted, and the station plan hint towards this type of roller coaster instantly. In terms of the station plan, it demonstrates that the expectation that this roller coaster is to run 8-car trains, which would mean a per cycle capacity of 16 riders. There are also dedicated queues for general riders, single riders, and flash pass riders. The primary queue line is mostly covered and housed within the former station building for the departed Goliath roller coaster, and existing riders will need to utilise a staircase that will cross over the back of the station building and back towards the entrance side to provide access to this ride's, quote, all-rider exit ramp. ML Designs on YouTube, known as Coaster Mac in the ParkFans Network forums, has once again delivered an impressive mock-up of the site plan, and usually with these mock-ups there are lots of, quote, educated estimates involved in this particular model, from launch speeds to layout heights to official track rotations. This model represents their best guess in terms of what this coaster is expected to look like. The theme of the trains and ride hardware colours are examples of placeholders within this mock-up, but the layout itself is the best possible representation of what we could expect to experience. And as we see from the video from ML Designs, it's a pretty good looking ride. I'm really excited about this coaster. I think that it delivers a lot of potential. I think it delivers a once in a lifetime experience for families. I think with a couple of theming structures as well. I think the way it twists around these theming structures, or these tall cylinder structures as seen on the video, I think gives an indication of the type of experience we're going to get. And here on Chall Chats, I am incredibly excited to experience this brand new ride at Six Flags New England in 2025. So that right there, ladies and gentlemen, thrill seekers of all ages, is a full in-depth brief of what we can see from this layout. As you could see from the mock-up of the ride, lots of twists, turns, a range of high turns, grounded turns, quite a nice few low to the ground moments, especially those ones around the cylinder theming structure, which are yet to be confirmed as to what they are. In terms of the theme and the name of the ride, again, that has not been yet revealed in these plans. However, I'm sure it will fit very, very nicely in the area that it sits in. We know there's a lot of Six Flags terminology that they can use from previous occasions. And so, for me, I think that Six Flags New England has a wonderful opportunity of introducing a wonderful name and theme to this ride. I think they need a launch coaster. I think we've known that for ages. They absolutely needed a launch coaster, whether that be family thrill, pure thrill. We've seen loads of different launch coasters that they could go for, they could have gone for. Stuff like Taron at Phantasialand, the proper Intamin multi-launch, Helix and Mac multi-launch. You've got, obviously, rising attractions like Max Force, which is your compressed air launch coaster by S&S. So you've got multiple types of launch coasters. New England needed a launch coaster, but they also needed a family thrill roller coaster. Something to bridge the gap between the extreme thrills of the likes of Superman the Ride to the kids' coasters. And you needed that middle ground. You needed that middle ground that balances family and thrill. And something like a wave breaker at SeaWorld San Antonio, or a Dark Coaster but outside at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. That kind of roller coaster, Arctic Rescue that opened recently at SeaWorld San Diego in recent years, that is another example. And here on Chall Chats, we really support this move by Six Flags New England. If this is indeed the move they're intending to go for, which from the site plan looks like they're going to go for it, an Intamin family launch or straddle launch roller coaster for 2025 seems to be the direction for the park. And here on Chall Chats, we're going to keep our eye on any construction updates at Six Flags New England as we get them. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this news update. Stay tuned for more from King's Dominion later today. But for now, I am the CHALL. Ta-ra for now, and that is the end of your theme park experience.